They said Man United is a big club. They've got Michael Carrick on the wheel. United said we're going to get Anderson from Nottingham Forest. Everyone in the world said, no, you're not. He's going to City. No, they said with their chest out, no, we are Man United and we're going to get Anderson. What happened? Anderson went to City. You thought the deal with Fernandes was complete and done. You agreed a fee. You agreed personal terms. You slept on it. Ready to announce it the next morning. What happened? Tottenham signed and unveiled him the following morning. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? You know who you went to go and sign tonight? Andrey Santos from Chelsea. A bench warmer. A guy that can't even get into the Chelsea team. And you went and dropped 50 million. Can you believe that? Wales, Newcastle bought Tonali and Fernandes. City just spent on Anderson. Arsenal just went and go and get Bruno Guimarães, Bruno G. And also they're going to get Morgan Rogers. And you went and gone and get Anderson Santos. Let me break down this transfer, this embarrassing transfer for Man United. You were supposed to be a big club. Glory, glory what? Glory, glory nothing. Let's break this transfer down and find out who Anderson Santos is. Let's go. So, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed this. Man United has signed Anderson for £50 million, 48 million plus 2 million of add-ons and 10% selling on clause Chelsea are done. Is this great piece of business by Chelsea? Let me know in the comment. So who is Anderson Santos? Chelsea bought him in January 6, 2023 for about between 15 and 18 million pounds. At that time, they loaned him straight back to Vasco da Gama. He played 10 times for them in 2023. Then he came back to Chelsea, then loaned him out again to Nottingham Forest. He only made 2 appearances in 5 months, so that was a flop of a season. Then he went to Strasbourg on loan for 2 seasons. The first season, he played 11 games and scored 1 goal. The second season, he played 32 games, a lot better, and scored 10 goals. What kind of player is Anderson Silva? He's a number 6. He's a holding midfielder. He breaks play. He distributes it. He's got a good shot on him. Let me show you some videos. Look, good in defense. Look, breaking down. Look, Strasbourg there, look, breaking it down again. Against City. He's a 6. A lot of one-time tackle. Look, he's a 6. He's a defensive midfielder. Bang. That's some highlights about him. What does the Chelsea fans think? Let's find out. Matisse, run this.
I expected this. We sold Andrey Santos to Manchester United for £48 million plus add-ons and a 10% clause. And people will do copium. People will do hopium and say, oh, we don't need him anyway. We've got plenty of options. We've got the very durable Lavia, who didn't even play more minutes in his whole Chelsea career than Santos played last season. We've got Isigwo, who's a figure of our imagination, also off a long-term injury. Awuzie, Awazi, Afugazi. And Enzo Fernandez, who wants to leave but can't leave because nobody wants to buy him at the fee that we set him for, and rightly so, because he is worth much more than some of the other midfielders going around. But funnily enough, Santos, who's more durable, who's got more athleticism, more mobility, tackle, interceptions, he's actually better suited for a two-man pivot than Enzo Fernandez. But again, the football can't come first when you don't have a plan or you've got too much dead weight than you can handle. At the end of the day, Chelsea don't have Champions League football. The guy wants regular minutes that we can't offer because we don't need to rotate as heavily because we don't have the matches to play. So again, we have to get rid of someone who actually in this project, who was a shrewd signing, actually has potential. People are saying, oh, he hasn't lived up to what he was meant to be. No shit, Sherlock. It's almost like having multiple different managers, multiple different systems, multiple different partners, multiple different instructions over one season. Not multiple. One season, by the way, it's enough to cash in the cow. But after one season, I still see Delap. I still see Garnacho. I still see plenty of chums in this squad that are not anywhere near the talent level of Santos. But we have to sell because we've got no choice. And off to a rival for a lovely cut price, which they'll definitely make a healthy margin on the market value over the couple coming years. Voila, beautiful.
Yeah, that's Matisse, big Chelsea supporter. He's saying he's gutted that Anderson Santos has gone, especially to a rival. Normally, Chelsea don't sell to the rivals until the player is washed. Gallas, Czech, who else? And you can go on and on and on. Mason Mount. We can go on and on. When the player is washed, they normally sell him. Not a 22-year-old at all. Chelsea do need to sell because that club is run really, really bad. That's going to be another video for another time. So a lot of Chelsea fans are not happy. But same as any other club, really. Especially Newcastle and Chelsea, everything is for sale and everyone. Everything is for sale and everyone is for sale at Newcastle and Chelsea. They can't sell Enzo Fernandez because they're looking at 140, 150. I think they bought him for 120. So the next best thing, Andrey Santos, 50 million. So who will he play next to? I've just heard the Anderson deal has stalled. And Anderson probably will not join Man United. So they were going to spend 90 million on two players, Anderson and Santos, for just under 90 million, rather than buying Tonali, Bruno Guimarães, Fernandez, Anderson, Alex Scott, Walton. But just one player, they went out and bought two players. Cheap FC. Cheap FC. Man United. You know what? The whole thing happened tonight? Tchouameni just signed a new deal with Real Madrid. He said, I'm not going nowhere, Florentino Perez. Give me a new contract. Let me be the captain of Real Madrid. Let me bring some glorious days back to Real Madrid. I want to stay in this big club. I don't want to go to Man United. He could have been on massive wages, massive sign-on bonus, and he would have played every single game. But no Champions League, no Europe games at all. In the later stages, not in the beginning, but he wanted to stay with Real Madrid, the most decorated club in the world. My final thoughts. Man United went for the cheap option by getting Andrey Santos for 50 million. Where Man United going to go next, I'm not 100% sure. The Edison deal is just stalled. Just being reported. I don't know where Man United are going to go with this. They're looking for cheap options. They don't want to spend 60, 70, 80, 90 million on one player. That's understandable after they've been burnt with Pogba, all these other big signings. But at the moment, the way the transfer window is going on, you need to spend big bucks. The Anderson deal has dictated the market. Midfielders are going for more than 60, 70 million now, one player. So Man United, I don't think you'll qualify for the Champions League next season. Looking at your transfers, in your current transfer at the moment, I don't know who you're going to get after this or where you're going to go. You might do a cheeky bid for Morgan Rogers, but do you really want to go to Man United rather than Arsenal? Man United fans, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think Man United done some cheap transfer business? Everyone else, what do you think about Man United's Andrey Santos deal? Chelsea, are you happy with the 50 million or are you sad? Let me all know in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe and hype. This is a brand new channel. We need all the support. This channel is all about for the fans, by the fans. I'll see you in the next video. There's another one. Let's go.